of Dirty Mike and the Boys.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the Boys? How you know who we are?
What's this they call it, the podcast?
Morning Good.
Oh, I love
Hey, welcome to the Earth. Thanks. Oh, wait, I'll start over.
Welcome to Morning Good.
All right, we're here with Mike Akunna
Hello.
and Zach Braviette.
What's up?
Have I said your name wrong?
How'd you say
Braviette.
Braviette.
Braviette, whatever. That's,
Is this good
Who
on the
gives a fuck?
microphone?
yeah. We're good. It's fine.
You
It's
should let
fine.
them know
Who
that it's
cares?
cold as balls in here.
Yeah. I'll let them know. Just hold up here on the microphone.
All right.
on the microphone
Don't
itself.
forget whose podcast it is.
Yeah. No. For people that don't know, fucking my apartment, the heat, it's non-existent. We got these, letters for weeks where they're like, National Grid's gonna take your heat meter, and I'm like,
if you don't
throwing
pay
it
your
away.
heat bill,
Wait, you're not paying your bills?
Well, I was just like, somebody's taking care of this apartment, and I guess it was really. I thought electrical and heat were like the same thing.
Sure.
So I just thought when I paid my electrical bill, and then Patty left and moved out, and then I come out yesterday, and Jake's on the couch with like the most terrified look in his face, and he's like, "Dude, do you know what this means?" I go, "No, what's going on?" He's like, "Dude, the heater's been taken out of our apartment. Like the meter, I guess, is like what allows them to give us gas and whatnot." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's why it's probably so cold in here."
So they went and took the meter out.
Yeah. But they had like a seizure, so like they like legally could like broken down the door. In my mind, I had like a vision of like a montage, like the end of a gangster movie.
Sure.
I'm just on the couch like ripping Galaxy gas. And they just break it down. I'm just like, no.
So you just
So Patty
No,
was the one paying the bills.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and I guess what happened was, so like this isn't like apparently like technically an apartment. I guess it's like some weird thing where like
It's like a pharmacy, right? So it used to be a pharmacy.
yeah, it used to be a pharmacy. We don't know if it's technically an apartment anymore, or I don't even know what that means.
sure.
But I just nod my head when Jake says stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not technically living in an apartment. And then
It's like a warehouse.
yeah. And then I guess because of that, and dude, I'm so fucking retarded, dude. Like the landlord, who's like this acidic man, he like knocks on the door. He's like, "Yes, National Grid said they're gonna take away the meter." And I was like, "Okay, man, good to see you. We'll pay rent this month." And then it just never really registered to me that like. I thought because it wasn't technically like a building, I thought like the heater was like some weird thing that was like outside of, I don't know. But basically what's happening is on Saturday, which is so far away, they're putting in the heater. They're putting in a new one. We just had to make a new account because I guess we were on like some other account that they were like, you haven't paid in forever for this. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Yeah.
So you will get heat on Saturday.
On Saturday, but it's so far. Like
That's far away.
They were trying to do it
That's
next
far away.
week, and it was so funny. I was like, "Please, I'm freezing here." I'm like, "I'm getting sick. I'm gonna die. I have babies." I didn't say the baby part, but I will lie on customer service. all
So
the time.
how long has it been? Just today?
It's been like 2 nights.
2 nights.
But it was so funny too because then the woman's like, "Okay, we moved it back. They can be there, 6 days from now." And I was like, "No, I don't think you understand. I'm freezing to death. I'm sick. All this stuff." And she's like, "Okay, we moved it to Saturday." I was like, "Okay, well." Now I know you guys are lying to me because you moved it
Right,
back
yeah.
3 days. So clearly you could do it like today.
can probably
Yeah,
do it. They can
if
do
you
it.
really wanted
They
to
can
come
do
out today,
whatever.
we can
Yeah,
get it done.
yeah. But they were like, "Did you get letters in the mail?" I was like, "I must have been
Oh,
lost."
your last name is Good, not Goodstein.
Yeah.
You can wait. You can wait.
Don't you find it funny though that like you're at fault, but you're expecting premium service?
Correct. Yeah. It's completely insane.
No, I've been in a
They
similar
sent,
situation.
they sent you letters for months.
But you're like, hey, come on.
And then they're
I'm like, "This isn't my tax refund. This
Yeah.
must not be for me."
and they're like,
Similar thing happened to me where like when I was like homeless here,
Yeah.
I was staying with a buddy that wasn't like he was squatting. He didn't pay his
Oh,
rent for like
yeah.
9 months.
Jeez.
So like they're trying to kick him out.
Yeah.
And then he like you just had demands. And like,
Yeah.
dude, no, like
You can't have
you
demands.
can't have demands.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're yeah.
you are getting a
I'm just gonna check one thing. We're gonna keep it going.
All right.
He's like
And then you lost a really expensive suit out of that, didn't you?
I lost an $800 suit because of
That
that
sucks.
guy. Yeah.
Also, you and I are both sitting very gay right now. Have you noticed
But
that?
I feel like I look like I should be sitting this way.
Yeah.
Mine at least is not up. Mine's flat. I feel like it doesn't look good when you do the up.
I
Yeah,
feel like this
see?
is my vibe.
Yeah, I like this one. I like this is my new straight thing. That is kind of your vibe. But you know
This
what?
is my vibe.
What's your new straight thing?
Well, my new straight things. I actually just got blood drawn on my finger.
Why
So
did they draw it out of your feet?
Wait,
I
why?
don't
Like
know.
to donate?
no, they just did it to like run a. I mean,
Diabetic?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, they. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, dude, I'm pre-diabetic. I gotta get in
You
good
are?
shape.
I'm not. Oh, I think you did tell me this.
Yeah, dude.
That's scary.
I know, dude. I gotta
Hilarious
get in
though.
good shape.
Were you, it's so funny too because I think of you as like a jacked guy.
Thanks,
Oh, he's
buddy.
not. He's not.
I'm
Really?
jacked.
I think of you as like
There's,
a jacked
there's
guy.
another word for that.
Fat.
He's fat.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm strong.
No, okay. No offense, Michael, but last time I was here, you were like, he's like, yeah, I'm just trying to like get ripped. I'm like, it's like I've been working out. I'm like, both of you guys just think you like. I feel like you guys have a. You guys don't know what you look like.
Yeah. No. To me, I look like a very muscular.
He thinks he's
man.
muscular,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to come to terms with what he looks like.
I think of him as jacked.
Yeah, I feel
You're
like I'm a
both
pretty
fat. You're both
in-shape
fat.
guy.
You're not in shape.
Well,
And that's
I'm
not- there's
bulking.
nothing-
I'm
All right, well,
bulking.
you're scrawny.
I'm scrawny. Yeah, I'm
everybody's
very.
fat to you. That's not
funny.
fair. You can't just be like.
No, I'm exceptionally scrawny, but you guys are fat, and it's
But
okay.
the
I'm
fucking
just broad. I'm bulky.
You're wide.
Yeah.
yeah, but you got like a very Incredibles looking face. Like he looks kind of
Thanks,
Pixar-y. Do you get what I'm
Thanks.
saying?
Because he's a Viking.
Is that what it is?
I
You know your
guess.
ancestors are rapists, right?
Who's this?
Yeah, but only to people that deserved it.
Oh, okay. Is that how it worked?
Yeah, we only raped losers.
Yeah.
People who got conquered.
What descendant of people? Who doesn't
Nordics,
come
right?
from a line of rapists?
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
everybody
factual-
does.
Jews.
Nobody
Yeah,
raped
'cause-
that.
yeah.
Oh
You're
yeah.
kind of losing a lot.
Yeah, they lose quite a
They
bit.
lose
Yeah,
quite a
yeah.
bit.
I mean, unless you're talking cousins, then they also count.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know. But my straight guy thing I'm doing is, I think Band-Aids in your hand just make you look tough. Doesn't this look tough?
No.
No, you don't think- you don't think you have a
it's
Band-Aid?
like
No,
it's like
because you have a Band-Aid. If you just had a cut on the outside of your finger and you showed the open wound to everyone, that's manly. That's
But
tough.
damn,
It
I
looks
thought
clumsy. Like you
like I got my finger.
you gotta
I'm
be.
like,
You have a
damn,
boo boo.
dude.
You have a boo
Looks
boo.
like
Damn
you pinched your finger in
Yeah.
the door. Or
I
something.
thought it looks because I
Yeah.
got my jacket on and my hoodie, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
No blood, lacerations. That's
Yeah.
manly.
Dude, there was
Dang.
a while there during COVID. I didn't have anything to do, so I was doing like woodworking. And I was
Mhm.
trying to use this electric sander, but I kept fucking up and like nicking my fingers. So all the outside of my fingers just had these like cuts, and they're
Ooh.
like red and bloody. I got laid a lot. I
Manly.
looked real
Oh,
tough.
manly.
yeah.
I looked
Do you
so
have
tough.
calluses on the hands?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Look at
okay,
those
that's
bad
manly.
boys.
That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
manly. You
Yeah,
have
that-
calluses?
They're weak, but they're there.
I have no calluses.
No
This is from like
calluses.
one specific lift I do at the gym when I do the shoulder shrugs.
Yeah, dude.
And it just looks cool to like hold the largest weights you can carry.
and go.
And then I like if somebody's in the way, I'm like because I'm like trying to put them away. I can barely put them away, and it's like ah.
Oh, dude, I like such a pussy at the gym.
Yeah, well, you
I
know,
look like this at the gym.
you're wearing loafers that are like
yeah.
very shiny.
I try not to break a sweat when I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
Which is like the complete opposite of what
I
you're
try
there
to
do.
look like, just look. I look like a creep, honest.
Yeah, that is very funny to be like everybody at the gym be like, yeah, you're lifting a lot of weight, but you're sweating doing it. So you're really not that strong because you're trying so hard.
I'm just there to look at the girls.
I lift really light weights. I just do high reps, and I try not to look. I like to look like I'm doing everything in proper form and not like overwhelmed.
So you're going to the gym for other people at the gym. Like
No,
you're-
I'm going.
When you're at the gym, you're like, I want everyone else at the gym to think I look like I know what I'm doing.
I don't want to look because I hate when somebody looks stupid at the gym. I'm like, fuck, I don't look that stupid.
Oh, that's me. I'm straight up going like, yeah, like I can't.
Wait, do you
not-
actually make a sound?
100%.
No.
100%. Yeah.
You are not the yelling guy at
I'm
the gym.
yelling in the gym.
I like to imagine you at Planet Fitness just
No,
going,
but you
"Ah!"
Dude, it's
you
basically
go to the Blink here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I used to go to this Blink. We have a Planet Fitness near us.
Yeah.
They're loud as fuck over there.
Yeah, they
and
are.
it honestly seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, being loud is one thing, but like, you know what I can't stand is some guy brought in his Bluetooth speaker the other day, and it literally was Bluetooth speaker, the song in my ears, and the song at the Blink. I'm like, there's three songs going on in my head right now.
Also,
And one day
Put in
I'm working
headphones.
to
Get
be
the gym,
strong
put in
enough. What's up?
headphones. Like that guy. Put in headphones.
I know, but I'm working to be strong enough to stand up to that guy. That was the whole. That was the motivation. I was like, one day I'll be strong enough to say how I feel.
Should we guess the ethnicity of this man?
Starts with a D, ends in Minikin. yeah.
Shock.
I had a big black guy, another guy. They're like lifting weights, screaming the way you were, and then it's like, "Come on, King, come on, King. And then after smacks his ass, I'm like, dude, that seems like fun, dude.
Yeah.
I would never do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
trying to look fucking.
Let me wait 10 minutes to make sure I don't break a sweat.
Yeah. Well,
They're having so much fun.
They are, dude. Well, the
Yeah.
one thing too is like there's a couple YouTuber guys like in my gym, so it's like always like
Really?
black and Hispanic guys that are like I don't know if they work in the same channel, but they're like, we're about to get this shit done, and then they're like, fuck yeah, and then they fucking
It's funny that they're like these big top YouTuber guys for weightlifting, but they go to Blink.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It feels like more of an Equinox kind of vibe.
I don't think you could do that at Equinox.
Or like
they
warehouse.
ask you to
I like to
leave?
think strong guys go to like a weird warehouse that like they don't tell pussies about.
Yeah, there's like a place where strong guys go to.
Yeah.
So
They have the highest weights that like don't exist in other gyms.
My cousin went to a gym like that because my cousin's like a strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah.
And the fucking gym he went to was literally like a warehouse with weights that you never see at like a regular gym, like
Yeah.
125-pound dumbbell kind of. You know what I mean? And it was called something crazy like metal overload or some shit like that. You know what I mean? It's just-
Yeah.
You like openly do roids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
dude.
awesome.
So like
yeah.
just injecting themselves.
This is the thing. I like going to the gym, but I hate going to the gym. Does that make sense? Like being at the gym, working out, that feels good. But the act of
The
like,
commute.
oh, I gotta get dressed and drag myself up there, and
Yeah,
you know what I
always
mean.
make a lie to myself. I'm like, I need like a Red Bull exactly 30 minutes before, so the caffeine will kick in. Like I'm always very time managing. I'm like, I need exactly a granola bar right before I walk in the door. Like I mean, it's my OCD. You just only check the camera. There's no reason for me to check to make sure the camera's rolling. By the way, that's how you know we're having fun. When I'm like, is the camera on? Like I'm having a good
Is the
time.
camera rolling?
We
Did
got that right. We got that.
Did
Right?
you check? Is the camera rolling?
Yeah, we did.
You should
We're
probably check it.
Yeah, I check it more than I check the bills for the heat. I'm way more concerned about whether.
Obviously.
I mean, literally, we don't have heat in this apartment, but I'm like, we got to get this podcast episode out. My priorities are this fucking podcast.
Dude, yeah, when you texted me like, we don't have heat, do you want to reschedule? I was like, no, let's just fucking do
Yeah.
it.
You want an extra jacket?
No, I'll be all right.
Okay.
I had my joints are very I got frostbite
Okay.
like 10 years ago.
Okay.
Some the tips of my fingers and toes are just mad sensitive.
Oh damn. I got frostbite in my throat. I got an injury from
What?
From galaxy gas. You want to know how?
Oh, okay, that makes sense though.
Yeah. One of my friends, she like blasted me in the face with it, and you're supposed to do it out of a balloon. For years, I was like,
I'm going to ask you a real square question.
Yeah.
What is Galaxy Gas?
it's like okay, so whippets you put the little, you know whippets, whippets look like.
No.
Well, check under probably the couch. There's probably a couple. Probably Hope Go cartridge. It's like a fucking. It's like a little. Have you ever had nitrous oxide at the dentist, like laugh gas?
Yes.
It's that, but it's in a little cartridge, and then you throw it into a big whipped cream canister, and then you do it out of that. You're supposed to do it in a balloon. It's like safer.
Sure.
Galaxy Gas is just a tank of it that you just sell. I mean, it is crazy. You literally can get like a giant thing of nitrous oxide, like this big, and just use it like a vape. But you're supposed to like do it really slowly, or else it like can freeze you because it's gas. And my friend, she fucking just blasted it into my face, and like it like got frostbite on my lip and in my throat. And now I'm like, I'm only doing this out of a balloon from now on. So
Jesus.
I mean, I haven't done it in like 2 months, but yeah.
So it hasn't been that long. This is a recent injury.
Yeah. I don't think I talked about it on the podcast because my dad listens. I mean, he knows I do drugs, but I'm like,
Is your dad proud of you?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think so at all. I don't even think remotely. I don't even think like a little bit.
Not even like faking it at Christmas.
I wish he would be proud of me for getting pussy. I don't know why. That's like I think it's just like expected. I think
Yeah.
he's just like, no, my son.
Wait, you tell your dad when you get pussy?
No, but he listens to the podcast and he should be like, oh, it's so
Oh.
cool that you're getting pussy. And he's just like, no, he doesn't think it's cool at all.
Yeah, that's a good dad.
yeah, no, he's
Also-
I didn't say he wasn't a good dad. She's not proud of me.
Yeah.
Your dad listens to your podcast. That's good.
He did tell me, he's like, not anymore. He's like it got
I don't support
grosser
you.
and grosser
You
and more
lost me.
vulgar.
That's
and-
still nice though that he like has a reason to not like he wants to.
yeah.
But you're just such a disappointment.
Yeah.
that he
Totally.
won't.
Like like if it wasn't you,
yeah.
he'd be listening to it. But it's like,
Totally.
I can't.
But what
This-
my whole family doesn't understand is this is all a slingshot into a career. See, I'm winding it back by destroying my life with poor choices. But these are all stories, and then I launch into the
That's
slingshot
right.
comes back. Yeah.
It's like Always Sunny where Matt gets really fat.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm bulking.
He's
Yeah.
cultivating
Bulking.
mass.
Yeah.
Cultivating mass. Yeah. I'm
And then-
cultivating
but
stories.
then he does get really shredded.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I-
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen for you, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks. We hope so. But also,
I could see the glimmer in everyone's eyes. Like, fuck, what if it doesn't happen? I'm gonna jump off a bridge. Anyway, next topic.
Well, that was dude. I was about to go on stage last night, and I was like so worried about bombing, and I was just like, well, it's fine. I have like, and then that like girl I was into like didn't text me back. I'm like, well, you know, I don't have that, but I'm like, well, I have like friends that like before going on stage, I'm trying to like fight my life,
Rationalize your
I'm
life.
like, people like me, right? It's getting so sad. I'm like, no. People think I'm fun. That's what really matters. The set ended up going fine, but it's just so funny. Like, everybody says, like Gilbert Gottfried used to say this. Like the 30 seconds before going on stage is like it's like the worst time of my life. Because you're just like, I'm so just like, fuck.
I don't get those comedians that like they're just like talking shit, like just having a joint, and then they're like up.
Well, that's actually better. I'd be better at that. The problem, I'm
Like,
actually
how
worse.
can you do that?
Well, like I don't really. It doesn't like for me. I have a good memory, so I know the jokes I'm gonna do and stuff.
It's not about the jokes though. It's about like
But I'm the opposite.
getting ready.
I'm way better if I like fuck around. Like if I fuck around, then I go right on stage. Then I'm way better. Like if I were able to like sack tap somebody before going on stage every time. Like if
Yeah.
I ever become like
Yeah, because you're already in a good mood and you bring that
Totally.
energy up there with you.
yeah. So I think if I ever become famous, there in every theater gig there'll be a man that I just
You hit in the
hit in the
nuts.
balls. Yeah.
And that man will be Mike Akunna.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my careers go pretty well. I'm the ball hitter guy.
I get hit in the nuts.
Yeah. Trust me, show would not happen without me. Yeah. There's a reason those seats are filled and he's got pep in his step.
It's not a racial thing, I swear. It's not.
It's like a slave thing.
Yeah.
No, it would make me feel
Boy.
really uncomfortable to hit a black guy in the balls. It would have to be like
It'd have to be a white.
Yeah, you know what it'd have to be a white business guy with glasses who goes, "Hey!" every time. Every time he goes, "Hey!"
I'd be
like
the
in-
perfect black guy to hit in the balls though. You can't hit like a big black guy in the balls. People are like, I don't believe.
Right.
I don't believe. But immediately like, okay.
Yeah.
Although, if you
He
had
probably
enough
likes
money to hit a giant black guy in the balls and there's no repercussions for you, I think that's real fuck you money, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's like legit slavery.
Yeah.
That looks
Yeah, I'm like picking him out. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, he's
That
a little.
guy.
Yeah,
You're
there
not
we go.
Yeah,
No.
if you pick me, it's like that guy looks like he kind of likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be a great opening to a special, just me hitting somebody in the balls and walking on stage.
I feel like an Asian guy would be fun to hit in the nuts every time you went on stage.
Yeah,
And he makes a noise.
What would the noise be like?
Good luck, Michael-san.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck, dude.
I was
Yeah.
expecting more high pitch. I like that you went deep samurai with it.
You think he sounds like a schoolboy? He's like,
Why was there a chuckle with that?
I don't know.
I feel like Chuckle goes. I would imagine Chuckle too.
Well, because
You get hit in the nuts and you chuckle.
well, the Asian testicles are so thin that what happens is when I move my hand, the wind blows it, so it tickles him first. And it's almost like a magnetic field where like the wind pushes it before I even get to hit it. So it really only makes contact when it swings back around.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's like trying to punch like a feather. You know, it's yeah.
They have light balls.
Yes,
And how?
because they are always coming. I don't know.
Light balls.
Look, I'm not a scientist. Okay, I just know the truth.
Are you proud of me now, Dad?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a moment he said. I don't know. I'm very proud of myself though.
Yeah. What are you proud of specifically?
I don't know. I did shrooms that's not what I'm proud of. But I did shrooms in like September of last year, and I like just had a full moment where I was just like, "Oh, I'm proud of you." Yeah.
To yourself.
Good.
Yeah, it was like a good feeling.
Self-acceptance.
That's really
is
nice,
good.
buddy.
That's really
Yeah.
good.
Every time I do shrooms recently, which is why I've stopped doing shrooms, I'm like, oh my God, I'm such a fucking loser. My life is going nowhere. What am I doing with myself?
Yeah. Well, that's what most of the time shrooms are that for me. But
Yeah.
like this time was not. Weed really does that for me.
Oh, dude, same.
Yeah,
I can't do weed.
will
Yeah.
It makes me feel like
Or
such a
just
fucking
scrolling
loser.
on Instagram and seeing
people that are doing
yeah,
way
people who
better
don't
than
do
you.
stand up have no idea how the bitterness is. It's like extreme. It's like literally like you see someone and you're like, 100,000 views on that. Who is this guy? And then you're like, what the fuck is happening? You're like, I need to.
You know what's funny? I feel like for a while, all the stand-ups were like fuck these influencer comics with all their followers, and now everyone's like, I need to get followers. I need to, I need to post videos. I need to get
100%.
followers.
Yeah,
They were always thinking that though. They just don't want to
They didn't want to
come
admit
to
it.
terms with it.
Well, I think they were kind of hoping that it would go away,
go
and then
away.
we started seeing how much money the influencer comics were making, and you're like, "Fuck that!" I'm
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
influencer comic.
No, totally. But it's also like you can't like you're there. It's gonna go where it's gonna go. It's like for me, I'm like I'm spending some time online, but I'm like I'm gonna focus mostly on stand. Like I don't know. It's like
I think the most important thing is make sure your foundation is solid. Make sure because the last thing you want to do is blow up, and then people do buy tickets to see you, and you suck.
yeah.
So you want to make sure your stand up is solid first.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's why like JJ's gonna do well, is doing well. Why like Che Dorena's done well. They'd already
Bro.
put so much time into stand up
decade,
that
yeah.
by the time they blew up, they had the chops to like
Totally.
keep people coming back.
It's so impressive that JJ Lieberman had like 100,000 on Instagram, lost it, and within a year made it back.
Dude, now he's got double that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's so impressive, and it's so like good.
Dude, and he did like a headlining night over at Old Man Hustle a while ago in October or something, and I hosted for it. His audience is fun.
That's a fun
dude.
crowd.
It's a fun fucking crowd.
Were there any women there?
Like two
yeah, like
girlfriends that
like
got
whole
drugged.
hoes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a good kind of chick to have at a show.
yeah.
You're not gonna be weirded out by anything he says.
Yeah.
They
I
might let him suck their toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no, it's interesting because it's like by the way, I just started this sentence. I do this often. I have no fucking idea where it's going. I just felt like I had to keep the momentum. Of the
Yeah.
conversation going. I go, the funny thing about that is that I'm like fucking dig right now. But I think I like that like stand-up's not a fucking. First off, I like that stand-up's not a fucking young person's game anymore. Even though I am a young person, it used to be like, oh, if you're like they only cared about the young, but now it's like. Because like there's fucking funny people of every age, and now with the internet, it's like you can build a career so late in stand up where it's
Yeah.
like not that no actually I am gonna shit on JJ, that old fucking bitch just while he's not here. It's funny that he went on Christoph's podcast, did the same thing he did on my podcast. He like nagged me really hard and like said I was ugly just so I broke, and eventually I'm like I get pussy just to fucking
Think he was negging you?
100%.
Dude, he tried to do that with me all the time.
Yeah, he
with
does it
weight.
all the fucking time.
He used to come to me all the time and be like, buddy, you're getting fat. You need to get abs. And I was like, no, you just want me to get abs so you can sexually harass me.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm not falling for this, JJ.
No.
I'm going to go get a fried chicken sandwich from down the street.
Yeah, but he did the same thing to Chris. I saw a clip of him on Christoph's podcast. He's like, you and I are like the same attractiveness.
Way to just tear someone down.
yeah. It's like,
You're as
oh,
ugly as me, pal.
no. There's no way a bald middle 40-year-old guy is as ugly as Christoph. Or no, sorry, other way around. But then it was funny too, because like, that's a funny thing. I remember the biggest insult I ever got is I used to bark for this comedy club, and this one really unfunny chick was like, she goes, yeah, no, it's like crazy they keep booking us to bark. We're not even like the best comics here. Like she's like, you and I, we're like not even that, good at stand. I was like, you think we're on the same fucking level? Like, I almost lost my mind. I was like,
yeah.
you think we're the same? And I had to-
When you get compared to someone, you're like, fuck that.
you started this fucking a week ago, bitch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
But I do like that. Yeah. It is actually. By the way, I do try to get women on the podcast. Patty leaves, and next thing you know, we got a black guy. Last week we had a woman. This is what happens when Patty was bad for this podcast.
Yeah.
He wasn't intentionally, but just what would happen, I'd be like, all right, who can be at here in like 5 minutes? I'm like, well, he's my roommate, and he's really good at podcasting. So yeah. But now I'm like,
Who was the woman you had?
Gigi was on last week. Yeah.
Okay. What?
Nothing.
Yeah, and Zach Ross. I don't know. It's just so funny too, because like I just would kind of like. I always do this so last minute that like it's not one of these things where because it takes people don't realize this.
You had Gigi on before me.
It wasn't intentional. I was just like, who can do this fucking? I've asked you so many times to do. I've asked both you guys.
you definitely have.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
hey man, can you do it? Like, no, sorry.
Yeah, I've asked a lot of people, but it's like what happens is like my fucking other camera. I'm using my phone just because I have to send this over faster. My camera takes like 3 days to upload the video. So like if I don't have it done,
You should get a better computer.
no, computer's great. It's
What year is it?
2026 from the future. Yeah, I got it to time machine, sent
Future
it back.
computer. Dude, so my computer's like 2016. My roommate's computer 2022. One time he let me borrow his computer to edit something. It's insane how much faster. I'm like, oh, my computer might as well be garbage.
Dude, I got the new iPhone. It hurt my eyes because of how fast it moved. I was literally like, it feels like I'm in like a cartoon. It's just jumping. And someone's like, yeah, it can take a second for your eyes to get used to it. I was like, that's insane.
All right, Mike, you're what, 32?
31.
31? I'm 29. How old are you?
28.
28. So, dude, what age did you notice yourself starting to get like an old man with technology? Like I think it was around 26, 27. I stopped scrolling with my phone with my thumb and I started holding and using my pointer finger.
Yeah, that is
to
an
do
old guy
shit.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
an old man.
Yeah.
thing,
I think I was always behind
Yeah.
until I saw like boobs on my buddy's phone, and I was like, "What the fuck? You could be doing that right now." I didn't know. I was like, iPod Touch, like it's a touch screen. I'm like, yeah, fucking cool. And then I was like, wait, no, we could surf the internet. And then I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Honestly, which is crazy. I think, man, we don't get enough credit. We could look at boobs literally whenever we want.
Yeah.
And most of the time we don't. I think we should get more
most
praise
of the time,
for that.
I do.
I look at boobs quite a lot.
I have
Really?
fried my
I
brain
love
with
breasts.
pornography.
Like, on the subway, you could just be searching tits.
I
if
also
you
I have
really
a
wanted
privacy screen now, so I could be looking at your porn on the subway. But I do it because I want to write jokes in public, and I don't want people like looking on my shoulder.
You don't want people stealing your bits.
Exactly. I'm like, nice try.
This guy. Get out.
Police officers staring at me, being like, "You can't. What are you? You're gonna bomb this
that's a
train?" I'm
good
like, "No,
one.
it's just a bit idea."
Oh, I had a bit idea like that coming here. You know, you get stupid bit ideas in the moment. You're like, this is hilarious. And then 30 seconds later, you're like, that was really bad.
Yeah.
It was one I was gonna just talk about how like, oh, we don't even really have freedom of speech in this country. Like, you can't even yell that you have a bomb in an airport.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, a little bit, but not enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to make it work because I get what you're saying. It's like I am also like I'm such a free speech absolutist that even me, I'm like, I don't know, maybe we should be able to yell bomb. Like I'm like, no, my brain is so just
you
like
should be
attached
able to
to like
say
freedom.
whatever
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
all the time.
Well, because I get really weirded out about like things where like me and my roommate were talking about it. He was like, we were watching a show where somebody was getting sued because they made a movie about somebody's life and that person wasn't getting paid. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I should be able to make a movie about somebody's life and be like, this from my eyes, this is real life. Like if I made
your
it,
life was to be.
yeah, I just make a Zach Braviette movie, and I'm like, nah, this is what it is. I was like, it's like, yeah, but it's based on me. I go, yeah, I don't know, but it's still, you're still a part of my life in a way, so I can kind of make a movie about you.
That's actually a good point, right?
Yeah, it's really true. I'm like, yeah,
That's how I see you.
yeah. I'm like, no, yeah.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know the details, but this is what you are to
This
me.
is what I imagine your life is like.
Your life is like. Yeah, you should be allowed.
Just on the subway looking at tits.
It's not so much who the movie's about, but it's whose perspective it is.
Right, it's all him
Like
saying
Jackie
good.
Chan by Michael Good.
Yeah.
I want to see fucking.
Yeah.
Your
It's
take
just
on
Jackie Chan running around going, oh! Just
No
karate
nuance at
chopping
all.
everyone he sees.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Jackie Chan running through McDougal Street karate chopping homeless guys.
It's like The Rock. Every Rock movie, just every movie he's in. It's
Yeah.
like Scorpion King, then Get Hard or whatever.
He
Yeah.
was in Scorpion.
Well, what if I'm very picturing my life from Zach Braviette. It's just all positive things he's saying about me. Like always randomly throughout. He's like, look, you're a great son, but Michael Good's also really funny, by the way. Just like random things like that.
Yeah, it's just always about you.
just casually throwing
Why can't you kids?
Son, I'm so proud of you. Also, have you seen Michael Good's podcast?
Yeah.
Why can't you kids be like Michael Good?
Yeah. There was something else like that we were arguing about where I'm just like very much like, I just don't think, I don't know, because at what point? Because like you can make a movie about Donald Trump and then he doesn't get paid, he doesn't get paid for that. There's no way he's getting paid.
Yeah,
for
like all those documentaries Netflix made about him and shit. There's
don't
no
have to
way he
pay
got
him,
money
yeah.
for that.
They didn't pay him for those.
Wait, can you just make? It'd be really funny to make a full documentary just about some random person in your life, just like your hairdresser, but like he doesn't like know you're making it. Like you're just kind of like,
Ta-da!
yeah.
the guy at your bodega?
Yeah.
Some ock.
That would be so sick, dude.
It's mostly him just smoking outside the fucking.
You'll get out of here. You'll get out of here.
It's his eighth
No
cigarette of the
EBT.
day.
No
Yeah,
EBT.
no EBT. Get
No
out of here.
EBT.
Yeah. I don't know what yeah, it's funny. I always just think of myself as like, I'm like, this is like the Adam Sandler arc where like, he's always like 28 in the movie and then he's like, kind of on this and then it gets, I'm also very happy. I will say this month I've been cutting back pretty dramatically on the drinking and stuff. So
No, good for you.
it's only been 5 days, but hey.
Or you think you're like having are you like a midlife crisis or something?
No, I'm just like I'm
Or
trying
things
to.
need to happen for me.
Yeah, no, I definitely am.
Oh, dude, I had that.
You
hard
have that
recently.
all the time.
Yeah. I really recently.
Extra hard recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think once I crack 30, I'm like, okay, I just gotta enjoy my life.
you're going the
See-
opposite.
I have no choice.
Yeah.
It's not getting any better.
Like
right?
if I
Right.
indulge those thoughts, you won't see me again.
Yeah, it's true. That's
Jump
true.
off a bridge.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh, fuck. I had it because I turned 29 this year. I'm like, this is the last year of my 20s. I cannot go into my 30s like things are right now. I have to be in a better position.
Dude, I
Yeah.
entered 30 so bad.
Hitting 30 is so bad.
I entered 30 so bad.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, my life was a mess.
What was going on?
My whole life, I guess you didn't see me the year before. The year before that, I was just like, I had nothing going on.
But you're always dressed really nice, so I just assume things are going well.
I was not dressed well at that
Okay.
time, no.
I mean, you got those loafers on. I'm like, he's.
Okay, I literally just got my shit together like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
You can attest to it.
Yeah. It's also really funny. Like, somebody has a bit about this. It's really funny when somebody's like dressed up in like nice clothes. It almost looks worse. Like if somebody like has clothes that aren't fitting but are nice. Like somebody had a bit about this. It may have been Louis, but he's like when somebody's wearing like a suit and
It's
it doesn't
fitted.
it doesn't fit. He looks so
You
much
look
worse than just a
poor
guy in a
as fuck.
t-shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm not fucking. Things aren't falling apart.
My life, sorry. I didn't just get back from divorce court.
Yeah, I don't know whose bit that is, but yeah, no, I don't know. I'm pretty happy today. So I think these are
Like, what are you afraid of?
I'm just afraid of like, I think it's totally possible for me to make a career in stand-up comedy, or like some outlet, maybe writing this, that. I'm like, there's 100% possible. My fear is that like, I'm going to get to heaven and God's going to be like, this is like where you could, he's like, you were like an inch off, dude. He's like, you spent fucking, he's like 4 less fucking.
That one night you went out drinking, if you would have done a show and said that was the night.
Yeah, he's like,
you
that was the
would've-
night. The guy was in the room. I set
Yeah.
it up for you. And I'm like, fuck.
And you went
Wait,
to
so
get pussy
you're
from
a
a
set
rando
of
from
disappointing God?
Not really. That's like an over exaggeration. But in my mind, I'm like, I know it's doable. So in my mind, I'm like, I think the fuck up is only on me because it's like there's so many unfunny people that succeed in stand up. So I'm like, it's literally like it's so doable. It's not doable, but it's like it's not like I don't know. It seems like there's certain things where it's like you have like sports are completely different. Where it's like you have to be this athletic. There's people that have that talent, there's people that don't. Stand up, there's people that make up for talent with effort. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, well, I don't think I'm particularly talented. I don't think I'm particularly effortful. But I think if I combine the little bit of talent I have with the effort I have,
I can
Yeah.
make something happen.
yeah. But I'm like, there's
Yeah.
that like just little like margin where you fucking just don't succeed. And I'm like, in my mind, it's like my biggest fear is like being this. If I was like way off, then it's just like, well, I was just a fucking retard, which is fine. If it's,
You could do everything right and it won't happen for you. You have to just enjoy yourself. And you are funny. You're talented.
Thank
so
you, I
it could happen
appreciate
for you.
Or you could be like Forrest Gump and somehow luck into nailing everything.
yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think one of my big
That's not. I don't believe in that shit either. Where people like luck their way into careers. I think
Nah,
I think that person is a
happens. That
star.
happens.
That person's a star, and you fucked up.
yeah, there's
That's what happens to someone with gravitas. They walk into shit.
That is a good point.
So yeah, I
'Cause
just
people
I
saw
have,
them and were
yeah,
like,
I have the gravitas
that
to just
guy.
walk in here and be that guy. Yeah.
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 I think my biggest flaw is my fear because I get so nervous. So I think I'm a very social guy, but then I walk in the door of a comedy club and I'm like, this is really important. Like, you don't fuck up your career. And then I'm just
Right.
talking to older comics. And I'm like, and I'm like, why is this fucking, this is stupid. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know. I shot a bottle rocket out of my ass and fucked a chick wearing sunglasses the other day. It's like, I should walk
Wait,
in.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I got a text from Michael Good out of nowhere with like fucking pit vipers on.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And
This
he
was
was like-
covered in last
he was
week's
like-
episode, but
He was like, "Hey, Happy New Year's! I banged a chick wearing these the other day."
yeah, and it's like,
That's awesome.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. And then I walk in the door of a comedy club. I'm like, gee whiz, I hope this like fat middle-aged guy thinks I'm cool. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck. I don't know. I gotta. It's the only place I walk in and my confidence is just stripped away completely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you finish with them all?
I think I did. I was pretty drunk. I don't know.
That's pretty sick that you had him on the whole.
That's pretty fucking.
It was
sick.
really. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's
pretty
fucking.
awesome. Your dad should be proud of you.
Thank you.
Did you send him a picture?
Like,
No.
Dad, look what I just pulled
Yeah,
off.
yeah, I
all
just
right?
fucking did.
That's what I'm saying. I should walk in to every comedy club and just be like, look, I know this isn't related, but I'm pretty fucking cool.
Doesn't matter how the set goes. I fucked a chicken pit vipers. So
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
my
a lot-
New Year's resolution.
Thank you, please. I'm telling you.
to
it
have
is
sex
the
with a girl in pit
big-
vipers.
it was the happiest moment.
not that. That's crazy. I would never. Like, it's cool for you. I would never.
Oh, okay,
I would. I
okay.
don't think I'd be able to perform. But it's just sort of. I'd be in my head. You know.
Yeah.
No, just avoiding rooms where I feel like imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
If I'm in a place where I can't feel authentic, I'm gonna vacate it.
Totally.
I'm too old now
Yeah.
to be like
It's so fucking
yeah.
gay.
And I don't do well in that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it's like not my thing.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally insane. And it's like because you know what it is, the comedy, there's like a couple different things. There's like the real like uncool comics that are hilarious and they just have it's like uncool as in like they're just not popular.
Autistic.
Yeah, either autistic or like they're not traditionally cool. Like
Mhm.
Tim Dillon, not traditionally cool, but he's fucking hilarious. He's insanely talented.
Right.
That stuff. He walks in to like a good comedy club and they're like, oh, this guy's so it works that way. Then there's a weird in between thing where there's guys that are fake cool and succeed. Like there's dudes that are like the kind of like hot boy comedy kind
That's
of thing.
not that's not funny though. Is that funny?
No, it's not.
Oh.
But they have the confidence
they
to
have-
sort of
Yeah.
get into this sort of weird rhythm of things where they're doing things at a certain. But then a lot
And
of
it's super inauthentic, but somehow they pull it off.
yeah, but it allows them to walk into certain places with a certain swag that is like weird, and it's like I'm like, oh, I could see through that, but I still can't. Like, I'm still nervous in these fucking buildings because it's like I feel like my career is so fucking important to me, but that's holding me back dramatically. Like when I'm on stage, it's dramatically holding me back because like I'm doing some new joke I'm very proud of about pedophiles. By the way, that's something you should be proud about. That it's a great bit. Anyways, and I just go like, oh God, if I do it at this venue, I'll fucking get kicked out forever. And then it'll be a domino effect. And it's all fucking obsessive, crazy brain.
Dude,
but-
what's crazy to me is I had no idea who you actually were when I met you because at the comedy clubs, you're very like prim, proper. Like there was a time where I was like, oh, hey, man. No. I was like, oh, hey, man, you think you could like switch my spot around or something? You're like, well, let me ask first. And then I'm like, all right, nerd. And then, and then you're like, yeah, dude, I was doing whippets and fucking this chick the other day. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's so like you should see me counting money when I'm show running. I'm like, wait, because I'm just so. But it's like I need it's literally holding me back. It's
Yeah,
like
It's
dude.
not though. You need some.
You gotta care, but
I-
not. You can't be
yeah.
that.
Like I'm the opposite of you.
Anxious
I
about
can't-
it.
I don't care,
yeah,
and that's not good.
no, but I
I'll
guess
like do a new joke I'll do a joke that I thought about like an hour ago.
yeah, but
at a
that's
club.
that
I'm
is
like, yeah,
important.
I'm like,
though. That is important though, because I do think I wasted 1 year of my life. I remember specifically where I just barely did any new jokes.
I remember that's when I first met you.
Yeah,
You ran that same fucking like.
that tight fifth. It's great though.
It was.
Thank-
I loved it.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's tight.
Yeah.
But it's like
Good.
I could have used a lot. I could have grown a lot in that time period. I think I've grown a lot by doing new stuff. And
But
shit.
you're like you got to give yourself some credit though. Like you did like an hour a couple weeks ago.
oh no. I did a fucking 30-minute headliner set.
Oh,
I gave my friends a
okay.
bunch of guest spots. Yeah, I've done an
Oh.
hour, but it's like
Yeah, but at least you've done it.
yeah.
Yeah, like that's
It's an hour of
that's-
horseshit, but
that's
yeah.
good.
I had the opposite problem where I was just constantly throwing new stuff at the wall, and then it came to a point where I needed to run a type 5, and I was like, I don't have a type 5.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's grass is always greener kind of thing. I think
Yeah.
you have to
what do you
weirdly
think the-
manage to do both.
What do you
That's the
think
thing.
about the rule about like just always try to kill and the new stuff will come when it comes? Do you
That's
subscribe to that?
the
Or?
most not at all.
A
No,
pro comic said that
Can you
to
tell
me.
him?
I'll tell you after.
Sure,
Can
but
you give me?
I know who
uh,
it is, right? I think I know.
I don't
who it
know.
is.
I don't know.
It wasn't it Donnell.
Donnell Rawlings?
Yeah.
No, but he just I don't
He
think that
also
guy can
gives
bomb.
he also gives really bad advice.
He doesn't want you to make it.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, he said the dumbest thing. He's like, every crowd's a good crowd, which is just not true. And he's like every crowd. I mean, he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's
and
hilarious.
talented. But it's
Yeah.
like same with like Ralphie May. It's like 4-hour speech at the Comedy Store. Is like it's got good advice, and then randomly he's like, never get a beard or wear a hat on stage. It will ruin your career. And you're like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? This is so insane. Like everything you're saying, he's like, you always got to write clean because it's about getting on TV. And you're like, that's completely
It's like, okay,
irrelevant.
yeah.
Well, it's weird because like you're a famous comic or whatever told you like always make sure you kill, but then like Louis has very publicly said on podcasts like if you're not bombing, you're not trying.
Yeah, and he
So,
and
you
he
know-
did that before. I hate when people they always bring up this fucking example. They always go like, "Oh, Louis, like he's Louis. It's different." It's like he was not always. He was like he would probably when he started to take off, he was probably where like Joe List is now. So it's like one of those things where it's like he was not this insanely and probably maybe even less than that. It's like people talked about him redefining his act. He was like headlining like road clubs and like eating shit. Like
Yeah, I heard he's like dog shit.
He was
for
like
a
in
while,
his
right?
early 30s and had already been doing it for over a decade before he finally switched it and
Switched
figured
it
it
up.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't this thing where he was like, all right, now that I'm this, now I think I'm going to start talking about this. It's like, no. And then also you have to learn how to do those kind of jokes certain ways. Like, that's why I'm kind of like, all right, I'd rather figure out how to do these jokes.
Well, because how many years have you been doing comedy?
15. No, I'm kidding. 7.5.
Yeah, it's like this time's all about figuring it the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like your first 10 years is all about just trying to figure out.
Yeah. I
Who
love
you
though,
are, what
going
your
back
voice is,
home,
that
though,
kind
you
of
tell
thing.
people you're like 7.5 years. They go, that's a long time. And you're like, no, it's not.
It's
But
like
you're
like, yeah, you're like a
you become
kid.
such a bitch. Like,
Yeah,
no, it's
like,
not.
no, it's not.
I'm definitely insecure about my career when I go back home. Do you ever
Yeah.
like I'll just immediately be like, one time I did a show with Bill Burr. People are like, nobody fucking asked. You're like, well, I did. I did. I had to go after it. It was pretty cool. What's it like with Nebraska? Is it like
I don't even go up when I go back home.
really?
No.
What'd you do? Did you go back for Christmas?
No, I didn't go back this year. I went back in October for a wedding, but the scene there is awful. It's gay. It sucks.
Mhm.
I've got like a friend that runs a bar show that's not bad that asks me to do it every time I come back home, but I feel like I do comedy enough in New York that when I'm back home, it's like let me see my friends and my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I going up every day if I want to in the city kind of thing. Not to like fucking fluff my old dick, but you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like I'm going up plenty here.
Yeah.
I can just spend time with my family for 3 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need to do comedy for people that I don't care about.
Yeah, it makes
you
sense.
know?
Did you go back home for the holidays?
Did.
How was it?
It was great.
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of comedy either though. I was gone for a while though, but I just was having fun.
Yeah, it's nice to
But
have.
it's different. There's like a solid scene in Toronto.
Is your dad like what does he think about comedy?
Oh, he's so disappointed.
Really?
Oh, he's just like, what is this?
See, and that's mine's not like I'm disappointed. He's just like, you're doing it.
I know. At first
Yeah.
he was super supportive, but then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I've been doing it for like 5.5 years, like no 6 now.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, like, get it together, dude.
Yeah,
What's because it's all about money. It's like you're not making money.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not like you can't feed yourself doing this. He's like, okay, well,
I think that's the sucky thing is everybody says it takes like at least 10 years. And the first couple years, I think your family and your friends are supportive and stuff, but that crunch time, like 5 to 10,
Yeah, this
where
is
it's like
really
it's not new, but you're also not there yet. It's just like a depressing, like I'm still not successful, but I've also been doing this too long to quit time frame.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. 5
That's-
to 10 is really tough. Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like I remember when I first started, people were like, dude, you're gonna make it. It's just a matter of time. It was like every single person, and it sounds like I'm just hanging out with people with Down syndrome. Like, you're gonna make it. No matter what happens.
What my father said to me, he's like, I think everybody should pursue their dreams. I think people can be comedians. You though, I don't know.
Damn.
That's crazy. Yeah.
He's like, you don't really make me laugh, son.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
But my dad's like financially helped me enough to support my career that I'm like, I can't even fucking like.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got me out of some holes. Yeah. But yeah.
Dude, my dad's never seen me do a show. My girlfriend's parents have seen me. My dad's never seen
Yeah,
me.
my
do a
father's
show.
never seen me do stand up either.
He saw me do it and he started bringing up law school the next day kind of casually.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. And you know you're too retarded to go to law school.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. It's weird though because I was really good at like if you pumped me full of Adderall, I could figure it out.
Yeah.
That's really kind of a good solution to things.
Also, I don't think you're retarded. I just saw the window of opportunity, and I couldn't.
Yeah, it's
I
totally
couldn't
fair.
leave it.
Yeah. No, I think there are some ways that I'm like, you are retarded if it's very funny. They're like, no, you're just ADD. You know, you just need a bunch of Adderall. You're like, anybody can accomplish anything with Adderall. Like if you put anybody on Adderall,
Dude, I was taking 60 milligram Vyvances prescribed.
yeah.
Like right before pandemic, into the pandemic, my life has never been more together.
Yeah, you
Oh,
fucking figure
buddy,
everything
I
out.
had abs.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I was going to the gym for 2 hours a day, every day. I had abs. I was doing comedy as much as I could in Nebraska, like a very frequent amount. I had more money than I ever had. Like
Yeah.
my life was good.
Yeah, you get shit
But
done.
I was the most boring human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or you just get angry and you start like I think I took Adderall the other day and it was so I was back home for the holidays. I was just trying to get a lot of shit done, and I was just my dad's like, you really need to get yourself as like a good pair of running shoes. And mentally, I'm like, I don't need running shoes. Like I was just saying, I was like, because I love him, but he always brings the same thing. He's like, you need good walking shoes to walk around in, or else you get to my age, your legs start getting and like a conversation like that on Adderall is like, no, dude, I'm literally like, I'm trying to find out what happened to Jeffrey Epstein mentally right now. Like, this is slowing me down dramatically. And yeah, I'm literally trying to figure out what happened.
I'm connecting the dots right
I'm
now.
connecting all of the dots. The pandemic, all of this is up here, and then you're gonna.
Yeah, you have like the genius moments on.
Yeah, yeah.
Adderall.
Oh, it makes sense that
everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how I used to feel with mushrooms. Because there's windows with
Yes.
mushrooms. There's the come up window, the peak window, and then the come down window. Whenever the come down window, I always felt like the smartest human being on the planet.
Yeah, but a lot of it's just
everything makes sense to me right now, and I can connect
It's
all of the
that one
dots.
is like mushrooms is like wisdom. Adderall is like smarts. You're like I don't need to, but I can make a bomb right now.
yeah, it's arrogance. Yeah,
Yeah, like,
dude,
I
I
can
accidentally
figure it out.
accidentally took meth one time. This guy like more than once, but
Yeah,
This
he said that. You've said that sentence to me 4 times now.
yeah.
This is the guy that like asked to text the booker about any little change at the comedy.
It's so true. I'm like, hey, dude, the amount of times I say, if not, all good. I mean, what a fuck me in the butthole statement.
Yeah.
If not, all good. You want to piss in my mouth? It's so. Hey, is there any chance I could go up second? If not, all good. Do you want to have sex with my mom in front of my face? I don't know. Just
If
like whatever
not,
you
all
want.
good. Yeah.
Everything is based on what you right now. You're basically the most important person in my
Man,
life.
it's so funny. And so for that guy to start off a sentence with like, well, one time I actually took meth.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But the arrogance, I was texting somebody, I was like, yeah, I'm literally gonna be the greatest comedian in the world. And then I like deleted it. I was like, that is so meth. Like, cause somebody gave me an Adderall and it ended up being meth. But yeah, that was
It happens.
It-
That does happen. I think
Yeah.
I've done
Love
meth
it.
too by accident.
yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. Or we won't. But
Or we won't.
But it's weird. I'm trying to just find like a way to like it's like I'm not completely like I didn't do dry January because I'm like I don't know. I've done it before and I'm like, what am I just gonna cut all fun out of my life? I'm like, instead I'm just gonna like try to drink way less this month and then like just have Saturday mornings to like get shit done, which I did this with like I woke up early Saturday and Sunday. Early for me is like 10 a.m. but on like a weekend. And I was like, I got shit done. It felt nice to like do shit
Get
on a
stuff done.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like, what's the point of being so strict? I think moderation is harder to accomplish.
Yeah, and then just straight up
Just
cutting
straight-
something
yeah,
out.
like
yeah,
why don't
yeah.
you just moderate and don't be a fucking
Well, I did that by the way.
lie to yourself.
I did the thing called moderation management because my OCD will make me think that I'm an alcoholic, and then my therapist's like, "You don't have a drinking problem. You have OCD." So your brain thinks that like it sees things black and white. You're like, "Oh, okay. Well, if I drink a bunch, then I'm an alcoholic." But it's really I'm a guy who's 28 and I'm
Likes
having
drinking.
yeah. I like
Yeah.
it's like yeah. It's like by the way, most of this city, most 28-year-olds are getting drunk a bunch.
Dude, I was talking
And
to
doing coke.
I was talking to like a 22-year-old. It's like, yeah, I don't drink anymore. I used to be an alcoholic. I'm like, oh, did you like when did you start drinking? It's like, oh, like in college.
Yeah.
It's
I was
like, what?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
what the like what?
This
Yeah.
the generation right below us,
Fucking gay, dude.
lame as
Like just
fuck.
shut the
Yeah.
fuck up, man.
It's so
Yeah.
lame. I bet that's how people. Well, not people older than us, because people older than us are millennials, and they're the lamest of the lame. But like our parents' generation, probably looks at like our generation, like
pussies.
these guys are fucking losers.
Yeah. Well, the
We
drug
were
thing's-
stealing cars when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the drug thing's really interesting because, like, if you grew up in like the 90s, I mean, as far as I know, like, I talked to people, it's like, it's a thing where, like, if you grew up in the 80s, you thought that, like, or like late 70s, early 80s, you thought hallucinogenics, not everybody, like, I remember, like, people thinking, I've heard an older person say, like, we thought hallucinogenics were so dangerous because we just came out of that and we saw, like, the dangerous effects of, like, being a complete hippie. And then the next generation did a bunch of coke, and then it kind of flipped back around, and then people were like, "Oh no, psychedelics." They're like, "That's the bad. Coke is the bad thing for you." Which I will say, this dude, cocaine is really not that bad for you. Physically, no, I'm gonna straight up say this. Physically, it destroys it's really bad for your body. But as far as like I have me and my friends, and not me, I don't do coke anymore. That's genuine. But like my friend group has been doing coke for almost a decade now. I know one person with a coke problem out of all those people. It takes a decade to develop a coke problem versus like what's it called? Like alcohol, Xanax, and opiates just fuck up your life. My Band-Aid just
Dude, I just
I'm
watched it. I just watched it get more and more unraveled as the podcast
I can see the blood
driving
part.
me fucking insane.
Dude, I have a Band-Aid falling off
first-
my finger. I'm trying to make points in my head. I go, cocaine is not that bad for you. I have a Band-Aid flying around.
At first, it was just like a little dangle. I'm like,
That was just
and I would watch you like kind of pick at it down here. And I'm like, no, and then it's a full fucking flag on your fingernail.
Nothing derails a point that when there's a Band-Aid falling off your finger while you're using your hand. You're like, and the other thing about being a fucking...
Dude,
Yeah, making
I
a
think
point
One of
with
the
a- yeah.
grossest things to me is a used Band-Aid.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Well, in Florida, you had to take swimming classes because like
Yeah.
kids drown in the pool all the time.
Yeah.
And so like I remember our school was like required. They were like, we're doing swimming, and like, dude, you just see that thing just floating. And you're like, this is
Oh,
so
yeah.
nasty. Yeah. It's
Okay, this guy pisses in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Would you piss in a hot
that
tub?
is a little gross. Well,
That's fucked up.
when I was a kid, I used to be in the
I
pool.
like that you're still so on that.
Yeah, it's nasty.
It is
Where were
nasty.
we when that happened?
I was like your birthday. We're on the boat.
Oh
You
yeah.
invite all your friends. Just wait. That's disgusting, especially because like that was like a hot tub on a
On a boat,
yeah. So that's not like
dude.
a regular hot dog. Like
so
hot
funny.
tub has like I'm sure like a more strict cleaning one than
No,
like
actually, the one on the boat is like the most strict because regulations are that you only have to change out the water once a month,
Mhm.
but they change theirs out every week
Okay, so your piss is just in there for a week.
instead of.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
And
To
it,
be-
dude,
to be fair,
and
urine
there's
is sterile.
chlorine. It's sterile.
But this
and
is also the guy who
dude,
likes getting peed on, so I'm not a good source of
chlorine is literally kills HIV. Like there was an Olympic diver who
Okay,
had
so
HIV.
you want to jump in a pool with human turds in it?
I mean,
Yeah, I know. I thought it kills all the germs. It's not gross anymore.
but you
It-
can't see the pee. You can.
You can't. Dude, when I
see-
was a kid, I swam in the pool one time. I peed, and it was the first time I like was dehydrated peeing. And
It
this
was
cloud,
that
dude,
yellow,
dude, I literally get out of the pool and I start screaming like, "There's a ghost in the pool!" And everybody's like, "Bro, you just pissed in the pool." I was like,
Wait, what are those pools that where they like it gets super dark when you pee?
I don't think
That's not real.
It's just a rumor.
Is
Yeah,
that- That's not real.
No, that's not.
Oh, I
real.
see that in movies.
Yeah,
It's just like you know what I think is not true. I was back home and there was a rumor going around that there's a school where the
Kids
people-
were shooting each other.
yeah, it doesn't happen. Yeah, I just don't believe in school shootings. Like, it's all
It's
fucking-
not real.
It's not real, dude.
Liberal hoax.
Yeah, no, but like that there was like a kitty litter for the furry kids, or they were setting that up.
I heard about this shit too.
Yeah, it's like
A
my
kitty litter
my-
for furries.
yeah, my parents were trying to say like the school they were trying to demand that they have kitty litter like bathrooms for the furries. I was like this is like when your friends like, oh, my brother's friend took acid and then he thought he was a glass of orange juice forever, and now he always thinks he's a glass of orange juice. I'm like, I've heard that story from 9 different people.
yeah.
Not a real
It's
thing.
not a real thing.
Maybe it is. Maybe the furry school thing is a real thing. I don't know.
Wait, but why specifically for furries? That seems like
So-
expensive.
Yeah,
For
no,
such
no.
a small demographic.
Well, that's the whole point. Is everybody's like, oh, the money are going towards the furries, and it's not a real.
Not a real thing.
I don't know.
Are there furry like the kids now have furries?
Yeah, for sure, it's a thing. Yeah,
Like they go to school in character, like dressed up as shit.
yeah, I think they do. Yeah. But you know what? I look. My thing was this: when I was a kid, I went as Batman everywhere. I would get my hair cut as Batman. I'd wear
No,
my
no. You were like what, like 4?
teen. I'm just- no, I was really young.
Dude, just some
I was-
kid in
sorry,
8th
can you hold
grade.
the mic closer? sorry.
Like this?
I know. Yeah,
Really?
I'm
Yeah, it's
Batman.
insane. Yeah. No, I was. I'm trying to write a bit about that because he's like a really good moral role model,
Sure.
but he's a really bad social role model. Because when I was a kid, I was just like so serious. When I was like 5, I was like, this playground is plagued by injustice. Like plagued by injustice. Just like fucking standing at the edge of the playground, just staring. at
Just
people.
beating the fuck out of your class.
yeah. Where is she? Yeah, it's about justice.
Hilarious.
Yeah, just wearing my mom's eyeliner on the corner of like the fucking thing, just staring.
That's the autistic kid that dresses like Batman and beats up everybody.
Yeah. There was like a year I was just like, everything was so serious. I was like right and wrong was so important to me.
Yeah.
Like the littlest things. I was like, no, I'm not gonna take crayons because
That's not what Batman would do.
yeah.
I was super religious as a kid, so Batman was like my idol because he was so disciplined.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Because it was like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, no, I was like, that was
Like,
also
just-
my plan. I was like, I'm just gonna be Batman.
Be Batman. 'Cause I'm like, I don't want to be Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, Batman's like more realistic.
You were a
Totally,
super religious kid.
Yeah.
Huh.
I want to be like a preacher.
Really?
Yeah. When I was like I thought that was what I was going to do.
What age did you think you were going to do that?
Maybe like 16.
Oh, wow.
I'm
So,
like, this is probably not happening.
were you-
I just picture you walking around school. You're like, peace be with you, just like giving kids like the fucking
Yeah.
thing.
No, I wasn't like that. Like you, honestly, if you talked to me, you wouldn't know.
But
you
it'd
have
be
to
funny
like,
to, like,
really know who I was
totally.
as a human being. Yeah.
Well, it's funny too because like being a religious kid is not the same thing as wanting to be a priest. Because like normally the religious kid is like, I don't know, like I knew really religious kids, and I was like sort of religious. I was very religious for a while, and then when I hit 16, I became less religious.
Sure.
But there's always those really religious kids that are kind of like they're very just like Jesus campy. But it's funny too to just be like very priest like, because priests there's a certain demeanor where you're kind of like walking with your hands behind your back. You know what I mean? Like it kind of like
You
that-
could punch me in the face and I would smile at you.
Yeah.
No, not even that. Like I did drugs. I like fuck around and stuff, but like I just had like I loved reading my Bible. and,
Dude,
like,
you would have been the
dissecting, like-
sickest priest ever.
I just loved like thinking about like theology.
And here is this bump. Do this in the memory.
Now-
of me.
Thou shalt snort 3 times.
Well, that's the crazy part. Yeah, I was in church for Christmas, and I'm like, I'm so fascinated by religion. Like, I love it. It's really interesting to me. I'm like, this is like one of my favorite topics is religion. But then church is so fucking boring. I'm like, how do you take something so
Dude,
interesting
and
and
the
make it so
the
fucking
places
boring?
that try to amp it up with like new age bands, it's like
That
they're
shit
even
rules,
worse.
dude. No, that shit's
Nah, I'm
awesome.
kind of about that.
That
Yeah.
shit is awesome, dude.
It's like
so
a
gay.
fucking concert.
It
almost,
rules,
except it's
though.
about
Yeah.
Jesus.
Nah, those are sick.
Yeah,
Nah,
they're
those are
sick.
lame.
Nah, that's
They're so
cool.
sick.
That is-
They're-
one of my friends goes to one of those, and it's like, dude, it looks like he's at a concert.
Yeah,
That
like
would be so-
Hillsong. That shit rips,
Yeah.
dude. I want to go. It's like on my bucket list.
I think what church needs to do is like strippers, coke, video games.
Yeah, but now you're describing
Well,
not
pizza.
church.
Yeah,
You're
that,
like,
that's
you
like
know what church
not-
needs to be me
I
getting
can't
my
go
dick
there with
sucked.
my mom, dude. What the fuck?
Dude, yeah. If you got a blowjob at church, I think a lot more people go to church.
I had sex in a
somebody's getting
church
a blowjob.
bathroom, and I felt like it fucked me up for like years.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought you were gonna go
I
to
thought I
hell?
was gonna, yeah, I'm like, I'm going to hell.
Yeah, no, I had that same.
I like pray. I like pray a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, please forgive me
I'm
for
like, I'm
fucking in your
so I'm
bathroom.
so sorry.
Oh, I
But every
apologize
time-
to God
anything,
so much.
anytime something good happened to me, I'm like, oh my god, this is. The next thing is death.
The next thing is
Yeah.
get one blessing before
Yeah.
he's like, psych, bitch.
Yeah,
Remember
I'm
when you
like,
fucked in
ah,
my bathroom?
Fuck.
Yeah, it's so funny. That's what one thing. The real problem I have with like a lot of Christianity is like the whole aspect of like people go like, yeah, God, like you do not be offensive to God. It's like, how is he this powerful and you're gonna hurt his fucking?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you didn't make church.
What did you say about me, bitch?
Yeah, it's literally so like it's so contradicting. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But then there's other aspects. I think it's great. Like I found out that Muhammad banged a 9-year-old. You know who didn't do that?
Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell
It
yeah,
was
dude.
really funny. Like I saw that on like a weird meme, and I was like, that is really funny. That,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That goes into like the pedophile bit I'm working on. It's like so interesting that it's like there's no God never once in any religion was like, do not have sex with children. And that's the most important societal rule for us now. It's like one of the most important. One of the worst things you do is fuck a kid. And no religion was like, hey, don't do that. It's kind of completely insane.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest.
No,
Yeah, it's
'cause-
like if God was talking to you, why would he? He's like, no, back then it was cool to fuck kids, but now they're less mature, so now it's not cool to fuck. It's like, what happened? Just admit that that wasn't God talking through you.
I'm convinced that like this is fucked up. But like the only sexual depravity they talk about in the Bible is
Gay stuff.
the gay shit. I
Yeah.
think everything else flies, dude.
Yeah, we're just. There's no way. It's way worse. The impact of fucking a child.
Yeah, it's horrible.
You know
yeah.
why I think that is because like ancient Greek and ancient Roman times, they were mad gay. they were like fucking each other in the
So you
butt.
think Christianity was kind of like
A
responding?
lot.
Like,
Hey, we're not
none of
doing that.
Yeah, I
Like
think
that
it
got
was
out of hand, dude.
I think it was probably, you know what it was? Because we all know the Bible wasn't actually written by God. It was probably some guy that had a gay experience and then regretted it later. And so he's writing the Bible like, this is absolutely totally not okay. I would never do it. You should never do it.
yeah.
That's like there's a scripture in the Bible where the one you could tell a guy was really petty about something.
Yeah.
Because like this, he's pretty much talking about this chick was such a whore and she was obsessed with guys with big dicks. Like it's explicitly said like big penis.
That's so funny.
It's like, oh, okay. Well.
Some girl laughed at your small dick
Yeah.
and now you're writing about it.
Freaking-
And now we're reading
She's
your
a
journal
whore.
about it.
Yeah.
Well, that is my
Your diary.
my genuine belief in the creation of marriage is I'm fucking this girl. You're not allowed to fuck this girl because I get to fuck this girl. Like I think that's where it.
Oh,
kinda came
100%,
from,
dude. It's
I-
like,
I
I don't
want
want you
dibs.
fucking my chick. This
Yeah,
is my
yeah.
chick.
I want
Yeah,
dibs
that's
on
kind of
this.
where it like all, and then everybody's like, okay, I guess we'll figure
And then
it out.
somehow we've twisted and manipulated it to be super romantic. So now women are on board with it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
really on board with it.
yeah. You're on board with like, yeah. Either way, I don't look. We're one of those podcasts that fucking push the envelope.
Yeah.
We pop it up. We are at an hour though. What would you guys like to promote?
My career is going nowhere. I post nothing online. I have nothing to promote.
Well, you're a really fun guy, and you're very funny, and
Well,
your
thanks,
stand-up's
buddy.
great, and yeah.
I guess how many average listens you get?
Was higher, stopped doing the foot stuff, started lowering.
Yeah.
Not intentionally,
You
but
want
like
me to just
no.
You do
Don't-
have a little
don't
belly
pan-
poking out
Don't
right
pander
now.
to them. Don't pander to them. My producer, he crops it just according to what he wants to crop.
Yeah.
And sometimes the feet are not in it.
And people get upset.
Don't do that because now he's gonna crop with the feet.
Mike.
I'm not
look-
trying
look-
to get
no,
more
Mike,
fit
Akunna,
followers.
look.
Am I telling you?
Yeah, you had some belly hanging out with your dangling band-aid.
this should definitely be the fucking pictures. This right here.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
All you need is the pit vipers, and you're the
Oh,
man.
that'd be sick.
I
but-
guess my Instagram is Zachary Unlimited. That's all I have.
perfect.
Cool.
I got nothing. I really don't have anything. But
I'm just here to have
don't
a
have
good
Instagram?
time. I'm a good
I
time.
mean, I
guy.
do, but I don't follow me. But it's not exciting. I don't do anything on it.
Jesus Christ, you guys are terrible salesmen. for yourself.
Yeah, dude.
No, follow me. Yeah, no,
Actually,
Why
I
don't
mean,
you be like, look, it hasn't came out yet, but once I start dropping those clips, bruh.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah, well, we were talking about being authentic before the podcast started.
And you're like, I'll never drop a
If I,
clip.
no, if I get a bunch of gay followers, though, I might send you guys some shit on the DMs, low key.
Oh, you have no idea. These guys, you 100%. If you say this is that you could sell feet pics easily from this podcast.
Yeah,
No
like yo,
way.
if a
100%,
gay
Dude,
guy,
I will sell feet pics from this podcast.
Okay, well then plug your
Yeah,
Instagram.
dude, yeah.
DM me at Zachary Unlimited.
100%.
I will sell you pictures of my toes
I
and
get those
lows.
DMs all the time, and I say no.
Oh, bud, no, whatever you want. I'll step in Jello.
For
you
now,
fucking name
for
it.
now. But that's just I'm waiting. It's one of those things where it's like I'm waiting for the price to. I'm just telling them I'm like I would never do that, and then I'm like, come back.
What's the offer? What's the
I
price?
haven't even gone that far. I don't know. I just get DMs like feet pics, and I just don't answer them. But
Dude,
I think if I
yes, 100% feet pics.
I'm doing a holiday special still. It's like what, the 7th or whatever. Pull up.
All right, thank you guys.
No.
Appreciate
All
it.
right, thanks, bud.